It's on. The competition for the winter sports scene, that is. Each team has so much to get accomplished before the games that really count begin, so let's get you up to date on the current standings. The Torrance Tartars host the West Warrior boys on the basketball court for a duel you'll want to see. And the Lady Knights basketball team is taking on the Miracosta Mustangs. Do the Knights get their game going in time? The Lady Warriors and the Lady Tartars meet on the pitch. Lucky shots? You betcha. Plus, the El Camino women's basketball team is fighting an uphill battle before conference play begins. The West football team has a true warrior, and we've got the guy with the good moves on and off the field. From the field to the court, we've got you covered. So Torrance, it's time to get fired up because the Sports Desk starts now. Hello and welcome to the Sports Desk. I'm your host, Bonnie Prickitt. Teams all around the South Bay are trying to work out the kinks before the real competition starts. Let's get to the team that definitely competes. The Bishop Montgomery Knights are a force to be reckoned with, but so are the Miracosta Mustangs. The Mustangs brought their fast and furious game to the Knights' home court. The Knights are led by sophomore Devin Brookshire, but her ensemble is what makes the win. Keenan Singleton brings us the story.
The Bishop Montgomery girls basketball team, home and sporting a little extra spring in their steps for a tough non-league game against fellow South Bay stalwart Miracosta. This young lady, and we do mean young, sophomore post Devin Brookshire entered the game leading the Knights in points and rebounds. But could she lead her team to another victory? Bishop Montgomery's offense, colder than the Grinch's heart on Christmas night at the start. 9 points in the 8-minute first quarter, and none scored in the final 5:04 of the period. Head coach Alexa Johnson not pleased with the execution nor the results.
Well, we just told our guards, that's not our game. It really wasn't. We were focusing on defense because that's, something that we really needed to work on. But I don't know. I thought that we just were not getting up and down the court, so we called timeout and told them, you guys got to push the tempo, and we did that, and it worked out.
Chelsea Aaron with a particularly tough time early on. The junior post missed several shots from point-blank range in the physical first quarter.
The first half I came, it was really bad. I was playing terrible. And then I was just getting frustrated with myself because they weren't calling fouls, and I felt like I was getting fouled a lot. And then after the half, I just came in telling myself that I have to do better because I'm better than this. And then after I started scoring, my momentum got higher, and I just started getting the loose balls and put it in.
The Knights, serving a large help in the youth in the second quarter, as Brookshire broke out with 10 points, including a 6-0 run capped by this steal and layup. Johnson, surprised by the 15-year-old Brookshire's maturity on the court.
She rebounded well. I thought she shot the ball well. She did a really good job of getting good shots. She just does all the things that you want a player to do at this level. And like I told you before, I have to remind myself that she's only 15 years old. But looking for a lot of great things from her to come.
Well, sometimes I should go right more, but if it's open, I go open. And my teammates do a really good job of setting screens for me and helping me to go left-handed. So.
Everything went right for the Lady Knights in the second half. Chelsea Aaron shook off her initial offensive mistakes and muscled her way to a 10-point half. She would finish with 14 points and 9 rebounds in the 57-43 victory.
Yeah, second half, I just told myself I had to come out here and play my game because I'm better than this. And after I did that, I just came in and I started scoring and doing better and playing what I do, just doing what I do, basically.
She's just really strong. She's really strong, and there's not many high school players who are as strong as she is. And while she may not look it out, warming up, she's just really a presence in there. And she gets big, she gets really wide and has a low base. But I was pretty happy with tonight's win. We beat a really good team, and they're going to do very well in their league. So we're pretty happy going into the league.
Thanks, Keenan, for the story. The Lady Knights came back in time for a 57-43 win over the Mustangs. Hot hand Devin Brookshire had 24 points on the board and 10 rebounds. The Knights posted 2 more wins since this game against Palos Verdes and St. Bernard's. They start league this week against Sarah. Let's take a look at some more prep results. The Lady Tartars couldn't keep the Mustangs that coasted down, losing by 10 points, though I heard they had good effort. South beat down Peninsula 56-48. Good way to go before the season starts. And finally, North took West 59-34 in a game that North showed their prowess and shooting abilities. The prep basketball scene in the South Bay filters out talented players every few years, and the Tartars and the Warriors have made a dent in that stat. This year, both teams haven't the star players of the years past, but this is still a pretty good matchup. New Sports Desk reporter Brendan Ortega breaks it down for us.
Crosstown rivals West Torrance and Torrance High met at the Tartars Gymnasium. West Torrance came in 3-11 with a slow start in non-league play. Torrance, however, came in 8-7, so a bit better start. You see Hiroshima of the Tartars warming up with his team. The captains meeting at half court right before the game started. Now, West Torrance struck first. Fidel Herrera with the 3-ball right there, giving West Torrance an early lead, but Torrance wasted no time coming back with Hiroshima's 3 right there. That's 37 threes and counting for Hiroshima on the season. West Torrance pushed the tempo with Brandon Gardner's layup right here. That's the sophomore who slowly but surely is progressing for the Tartars this season. Coming back with West Torrance, Rashard Cobbs struck back for the Warriors. The jumper right there for Cobbs, who had a nice game for the Warriors, and Herrera ends the first quarter with a big splash from a 35 feet three-pointer. 15-12, West Torrance would leave Torrance at the end of the first. Now back, Torrance coming in the second period right away. The and one from Vinay Parmar for Torrance. Herrera struck right back for West Torrance right there with the 3. He had about 5 threes in the game. West Torrance again, Yamata with the jumper. The point guard had an outstanding game for the Warriors. Yamata comes right back with the gorgeous alley-oop here to Kevin Vahan as he lays it in for the deuce. West Torrance would keep the lead going into halftime. As you see right here, the Chargers are going to end halftime beautifully with Yamata with the layup. Nice passing from the Warriors to end the first half. West Torrance would lead 29-28 going into the second half, and West Torrance would get a little shaky starting off the second half. A nice little scramble right here. Both teams really hustling after the ball. It was a physical second half, to say the least. Now here you go, Torrance getting back in action. Number 11, Joseph Moorer, getting involved, and he gets the steal stolen from, I should say, from Yamata. Yamata played an absolutely great defensive game right here, and West Torrance defense really pumped it up from this point on. Alex Clavel with the steal and the layup for the Warriors, and the Warriors start pulling away right here, and Clavel comes back with the final dagger in the last few minutes. Great pass from Yamata and the 3-ball for Clavel, and that would do it for the game. West Torrance would prevail 60-52 over Torrance, and West Torrance coach Walker had a lot to be happy about after the game.
This was a confidence-building game. You know, for the most part, we've been in every game we played in, with the exception of 2, and you know, now the guys are learning how to finish these games off.
Torrance High drops to 8-8 on the season, but Coach Tachibana is confident that his team will learn a lot from this loss.
Sometimes you take more from a loss, so hopefully they understand they got to take care of the ball a little better, and they got to come to play for 32 minutes, not just play a hard part of the game or different parts of the game. I thought Wes did a good job of playing hard for 32 minutes, and that was the difference.
Coach Walker and the Warriors get a big boost of confidence going into Bay League play. They end the non-league schedule 4-11, but get a big win over their crosstown rival Torrance, while Torrance still has plenty to work for if they're going to get into the CIF playoffs come March. Reporting for this Sports Desk, I'm Brandon Ortega.
Hey Brandon, that's great to see you. Thanks so much for the story, and welcome aboard. The West boys rebounded from a couple of losses to take the Tartars to task, winning 60-42. Let's take a look at a few more games. The Knights go to 8-5 overall with a record, but another win over West. The score was 55-49. The North Saxons are just about 500 with a 9-8 record. This includes a 10-point win over Redondo. Torrance got their momentum back with a league win over South, 60-42. That's it for prep basketball, although this just to let you know, the first rankings of the season for Division III AA finds Bishop Montgomery in number 7 spot and North Torrance in number 11, and the Bishop Montgomery girls are ranked in Division III AA as well. There's more action from the court later. Stay here after the break.